Xelar 9, a seasoned explorer from the distant planet Garxon, had visited numerous worlds, cataloging the diverse cultures and species of the universe. Each mission was a testament to his expertise in diplomacy and observation. His latest assignment brought him to a small blue planet known as Earth. The mission briefing had been thorough but simple: blend in, observe human behavior, and report any notable cultural nuances back to Garxon High Command. The journey to Earth was uneventful. Xelar 9's spacecraft, a sleek silver craft capable of interstellar travel, landed discreetly in a dense forested area on the planet's surface. The area was chosen for its seclusion, minimizing the risk of early detection by Earth's inhabitants. After securing the ship and activating its cloaking device, Xelar 9 initiated his transformation process. Using advanced Garxon technology, he morphed into a human form. Tall and slender by Earth standards, he chose an appearance that would allow him to blend in effortlessly: mid-30s, brown hair, unremarkable features, and dressed in casual Earth attire consisting of jeans, a t-shirt, and a jacket. The transformation complete, Xelar 9 took a deep breath, feeling the cool Earth air fill his human lungs for the first time. He started his exploration by heading towards the nearest town, a quaint community bustling with activity. As he walked, he marveled at the vibrant flora and fauna, so different from the metallic landscapes of Garxon. The air was filled with the sounds of birds chirping, leaves rustling, and distant human chatter. Upon reaching the town, Xelar 9 found himself at the edge of a busy street lined with shops, cafes, and small businesses. Humans moved about with purpose, some engaged in animated conversations, others focused on their tasks. Xelar 9 observed the variety in their appearances, their clothing, and their expressions. He had studied Earth's languages and customs extensively, but experiencing them firsthand was a different matter altogether. Hungry from his journey, Xelar 9 decided to start with a common human activity: ordering food. He chose a local cafe, its inviting aroma drawing him in. Inside, the cafe was cozy and filled with people. Some were working on laptops, others were chatting over steaming cups of coffee. Xelar 9 approached the counter, where a friendly barista greeted him. "Hi there, what can I get for you?" she asked with a warm smile. Xelar 9 scanned the menu, his eyes landing on items he had only read about. After a moment's hesitation, he chose a dish called a cheeseburger and a beverage named cola. He noted the barista's friendly demeanor and decided to mimic it. "Hello, I would like a cheeseburger and a cola, please," he said, attempting to smile in return. "Coming right up," the barista replied, her fingers dancing over the register. "That'll be $8.50. Xelar 9 handed over the correct amount of Earth currency, grateful for his thorough preparation. As he waited for his order, he took in the details of the cafe. The decor was eclectic, with mismatched chairs and tables, vibrant artwork on the walls, and shelves filled with books and knickknacks. It was a far cry from the sterile, uniform environments of Garxon. When his order was ready, Xelar 9 picked up the tray and found a seat by the window. He carefully unwrapped the cheeseburger, examining it with curiosity before taking a bite. The flavors were unlike anything he had ever experienced: savory, rich, and satisfying. He sipped the cola, the carbonation tingling his tongue. It was a simple yet profound moment of cultural immersion. As he ate, Xelar 9 observed the interactions around him. A couple nearby was engaged in a deep conversation, their faces animated with emotion. At another table, a group of friends laughed heartily, sharing jokes and stories. The atmosphere was filled with a sense of community and connection. Finishing his meal, Xelar 9 disposed of his trash and left the cafe, stepping back into the bustling street. His first encounter with human culture had been enlightening. He noted the warmth of human interactions, their expressive faces, and the significance they placed on social bonds. On Garxon, interactions were efficient and devoid of unnecessary pleasantries. The concept of wishing someone a good day or sharing a laugh over a meal was puzzling yet fascinating. Eager to continue his exploration, Xelar 9 walked through the town, blending in seamlessly with the crowd. He visited parks, markets, and social gatherings, each experience adding to his understanding of human behavior. He observed parents playing with their children, friends hugging each other in greeting, and strangers offering help to those in need. Every interaction was a lesson in the complexity and beauty of human culture. As the sun set, casting a golden hue over the town, Xylar 9 returned to his hidden spacecraft. He sat down at the console and began recording his observations. The day's experiences had given him valuable insights into the emotional richness of human life. He knew that his mission had only just begun, and there was much more to learn about these fascinating beings. With a sense of anticipation, Xylar 9 set his ship's systems to stand by and prepared for rest. Tomorrow would bring new encounters and deeper understanding. For now, he closed his eyes, his human form blending into the darkness, ready to continue his journey of discovery on this extraordinary planet called Earth. Days turned into weeks as Xylar 9 continued his meticulous observations of human behavior, immersing himself in various aspects of their daily lives. He had attended social gatherings, visited marketplaces, and even participated in a community festival, all in an effort to understand the intricate fabric of human interactions. Despite his growing familiarity with Earth customs, one aspect of human behavior continued to elude him: their complex and often overwhelming display of emotions. One evening, while wandering through a bustling market square, Xylar 9 stumbled upon a street performer playing a melancholic tune on a violin. The performer's eyes were closed, his body swaying with the music, lost in the hauntingly beautiful melody. The crowd that had gathered was visibly moved. Some swayed gently, while others stood motionless, their expressions a mixture of sorrow and reflection. Xylar 9 was particularly intrigued by the tears streaming down the faces of several onlookers. Curious and eager to understand this phenomenon, he approached a middle-aged woman who was dabbing at her eyes with a tissue. "Excuse me," Xylar 9 said politely, "but may I ask why you are crying?" The woman looked at him, her eyes still glistening with tears, and gave a small, sad smile. "The music," she said softly. "It's so beautiful and sad. It reminds me of someone I lost." Xylar 9 tilted his head, processing her words. "The music evokes memories and emotions tied to your loss?" "Yes," she replied, her voice barely above a whisper. "It's a way to feel connected to those who are gone, even if just for a moment." Xylar 9 thanked the woman and continued to observe the crowd, noting the myriad of emotions displayed openly and without shame. On Garkson, such public displays of vulnerability were rare and often considered a sign of weakness. The concept of finding solace and connection through shared sorrow was a profound and unexpected revelation. As the performer's song came to an end, the crowd applauded, some wiping away their tears, while others exchanged knowing glances and comforting words. Xylar 9 watched as people reached out to one another, offering hugs and gentle touches, their bonds seemingly strengthened by the shared emotional experience. Determined to delve deeper into this aspect of human culture, Xylar 9 decided to explore other venues where emotions ran high. He attended a local theater production where actors conveyed intense emotions through their performances, and visited a gallery displaying art that ranged from joyfully vibrant to poignantly somber. Each experience added layers to his understanding of the human emotional spectrum. The following week, Xylar 9 found himself in a serene park, where a memorial service was being held for a beloved community member who had recently passed away. The atmosphere was somber, yet filled with an underlying sense of unity and support. Friends and family members took turns sharing stories and memories, their voices wavering with emotion. Xylar 9 stood at the edge of the gathering, observing the mourners. He noticed the way they leaned on each other for support, their shared grief creating a palpable bond. As a young woman began to sing a heartfelt tribute, the crowd joined in, their voices rising in a harmonious chorus that resonated with love and remembrance. Moved by the scene, Xylar 9 approached an elderly man who stood quietly to the side, tears streaming down his weathered face. "Excuse me," Xylar 9 said gently. "May I ask what this gathering means to you?" The man looked at Xylar 9, his eyes filled with a mixture of sorrow and warmth. "This service is a celebration of a life well lived," he explained. "It's our way of honoring the memory of someone we loved and of finding strength in our shared grief. Zylar 9 nodded, absorbing the man's words. He realized that humans, despite their individual differences, found profound connection and healing through collective experiences of emotion. The communal expression of joy, sorrow, and everything in between was a cornerstone of their social fabric, binding them together in ways that defied simple explanation. As the service concluded and the crowd began to disperse, Zylar 9 reflected on his observations. He had witnessed the depth of human emotion, their capacity for empathy, and their remarkable ability to find solace in shared experiences. These insights were invaluable, providing a richer understanding of what it meant to be human. Returning to his hidden spacecraft that evening, Zylar 9 recorded his findings, noting the significance of emotional expression in human culture. He described how music, art, and communal rituals played crucial roles in allowing humans to connect with each other on a deeply emotional level. Unlike the efficiency-driven interactions on Garkson, human connections were often messy, unpredictable, and beautifully complex. With each new discovery, Zylar 9's respect for the inhabitants of Earth grew. He marveled at their resilience and their capacity to find light even in the darkest of times. The unexpected encounter with human emotions had not only broadened his understanding, but also challenged his own perceptions of strength and vulnerability. As he prepared for rest, Zylar 9 felt a sense of anticipation for the days ahead. There was still much to learn, and he was eager to continue his journey of discovery on this extraordinary planet called Earth. The next chapter of his mission promised even deeper insights into the rich tapestry of human life. The pivotal moment of Zylar 9's mission came during a visit to a suburban neighborhood. He had been invited to a barbecue by a friendly couple he met at the park, Tom and Jane Henderson. Their genuine warmth and hospitality fascinated Zylar 9, who eagerly accepted their invitation, seeing it as an opportunity to observe human social dynamics in a more intimate setting. The Hendersons' backyard was a lively scene. Children ran around, laughing and playing games, while adults mingled, chatting over drinks and delicious-smelling food. A large grill sizzled with a variety of meats, and a table was laden with an assortment of salads, sides, and desserts. Zylar 9, adopting the alias of Zach, tried to blend in, observing the interactions around him. As Zylar 9 mingled, he was struck by the diversity of the gathering. People of various ages, backgrounds, and professions interacted seamlessly. He watched as conversations flowed, laughter erupted, and bonds were reaffirmed through shared stories and experiences. The sense of community was palpable. However, the pivotal moment of his mission came unexpectedly. Zylar 9 was standing near the grill, chatting with Tom, when he overheard a heated conversation between two men, Peter and Mark. Their voices grew louder, and the tension between them was evident. The argument seemed to revolve around a sports rivalry, a topic Zylar 9 had learned was a common source of contention among humans. "I can't believe you still think the Bears are better than the Eagles," Peter exclaimed, his face flushed with frustration. Mark shot back, "Because they are. Look at their stats from last season, it's obvious." Zylar 9 braced himself, expecting the confrontation to escalate. On Garkson, such disagreements often led to lasting rifts and required formal mediation. He was ready to intervene if necessary, unsure how humans would resolve such disputes. To his astonishment, the tension broke not with aggression, but with laughter. Peter, after a moment of glaring at Mark, suddenly burst out laughing. Mark quickly followed suit, and the two men slapped each other on the back in a friendly manner. "You're impossible," Peter chuckled, "but I guess that's why we're friends." Mark grinned. Yeah. Let's agree to disagree. Now, how about another round of burgers?" Perplexed, Zylar 9 turned to Tom, who had been watching the exchange with amusement. "I don't understand," Zylar 9 said. "They were arguing so intensely, yet now they are laughing, and seem to have forgotten the disagreement. How can such a shift happen so quickly?" Tom smiled, clapping Zylar 9 on the shoulder. "That's just how it is sometimes," he explained. "We can get pretty passionate about things we care about, like sports, but it doesn't mean we can't still be friends. Humans are complicated like that. We argue, we laugh, and we move on." Zylar 9 nodded, absorbing this profound insight. On Garkson, Disagreements were often seen as personal failures and could lead to permanent rifts. The ability of humans to reconcile so swiftly and to compartmentalize their emotions was both shocking and admirable. It was a testament to their resilience and the strength of their social bonds. As the barbecue continued, Xylar 9 witnessed more examples of this remarkable trait. A woman accidentally spilled her drink on another guest, leading to a brief moment of embarrassment quickly diffused by humor and forgiveness. Children squabbled over toys but soon resumed playing together as if nothing had happened. Each interaction highlighted the human capacity for empathy, forgiveness, and maintaining harmony within their social circles. As dusk fell and the gathering began to wind down, Xylar 9 found himself in a quiet corner of the yard, reflecting on the day's events. His time on Earth had revealed the complexity and depth of human relationships. The biggest culture shock, he realized, was not any single human behavior, but the multifaceted nature of their emotional connections. Humans were capable of intense emotions, yet they could navigate these feelings with a grace and flexibility that was truly extraordinary. Returning to his hidden spacecraft that night, Xylar 9 prepared his report for Garkson High Command. He highlighted the complexity of human emotions, their unique expressions of empathy, and their remarkable capacity for forgiveness and reconciliation. These traits, he concluded, made humans one of the most intriguing and resilient species he had ever encountered. As he recorded his findings, Xylar 9 felt a sense of fulfillment and a newfound respect for the inhabitants of Earth. Their ability to find balance between passion and peace, to argue and yet maintain friendships, and to express vulnerability without fear, was a testament to the richness of their culture. With a final note in his log, Xylar 9 set a course for home, eager to share his experiences and the invaluable lessons he had learned. He knew that his journey on Earth had not only broadened his understanding, but also enriched his perspective on what it meant to be sentient and connected in the vast expanse of the universe. As his spacecraft ascended into the night sky, Xylar 9 looked down at the twinkling lights of the human world below. He smiled, knowing that he would carry the lessons of Earth with him, forever changed by the warmth and complexity of the human spirit.